thank the Secretary of State for his statement. Mr Speaker, I'm very proud to be one of the 6 Scottish parliamentarians who took this action through the Scottish courts and all the way to the Court of Justice of the European Union. I did that together with another SNP colleague, 2 Labour colleagues and 2 Scottish Green colleagues, and I think it shows the strength of cross-party working and what can be achieved when the opposition work together. I'd also like to thank Joe Mon QC, who was also one of the petitioners, the Good Law Project and those who crowd-funded this litigation. Mr Speaker, the UK Government fought us every inch of the way, including attempting what was an unconstitutional appeal to the United Kingdom Supreme Court, because no appeal lies in Scots law from the decision, an interim decision of the Inner House to the Supreme Court. So quite a lot of money was wasted on that unconstitutional appeal. Can I ask the Secretary of State a number of questions? First of all, why were the government so desperate to prevent parliamentarians and the public from knowing what we now know, which is that Article 50 can be revoked and we can stay in the European Union on our current terms and conditions? I invite him again to ask the question that was asked by the honourable member who spoke for the official opposition. How much taxpayers' money was spent attempting to keep this House and the public in the dark? I sat through a fair number of the court hearings, and I can tell honourable members and the public that the UK Government had a veritable array of silks lined up on a daily basis in court, and I can tell honourable members that doesn't necessarily come cheap. The Secretary of State keeps saying that the question's hypothetical. If he's read any of the judgments of the Court of Justice or of the Scottish courts, he will see that it has been ruled that the question was not hypothetical, because it has been ruled that it's not for the UK Government to decide whether to revoke Article 50, but as a matter of the British Constitution, it's for this House. And does he accept the view of Scotland's most senior judge, the Lord President Lord Carloway, that constitutionally it's for the House of Commons to revoke Article 50, not for the Government? And I just gently point out to the Minister, he says it's not government policy to revoke Article 50, but can he tell us what the government policy is at present? Not at all clear to me today. And finally, if the Prime Minister really does believe in this deal and that it's such a great deal for the United Kingdom, why doesn't she and her government have the courage of their convictions and put the deal to a vote so that people across the United Kingdom can choose between this deal and remaining in the European Union on our current terms and conditions?
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Well, she started by saying, well, why did the government take this position? Well, the position taken by the government was the same position as taken by the Commission. And she keeps referring to the...
Order. We can't have a point of order at this stage, but order. I will come to the honourable lady at a suitable juncture and she will have an opportunity to make her point. The Secretary of State.
We'll come further to that point. But the second point she said was that the legal fees, I think her comment was, aren't cheap. Well, she needs to answer, therefore, why a case was brought on something that clearly is not government policy and the government has put no intention of applying, and therefore it is a hypothetical case. It is a case that the government does not intend to pursue. She also asked, what is the government policy on this? Well, the government's policy is extremely clear. It is to deliver on the biggest democratic vote in our country's history and ensure that we do leave on the 29th of March next year.